Jono, final game of this season coming up, but it could also be your last game as well.
Yeah, mate. Obviously, made the tough decision that I'm going to retire at the end of this year, and it's a bit of a fairy tale ending. Really, I've had many good years at Halifax. My two teams that mean the most, and they're in my heart definitely. So it'll be a nice way to sign off. Yeah.
Obviously, the way this season's kind of petered out in the end, it's maybe not how we wanted it, but this season's been a real roller coaster for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it is. The championship's so tough. Looking back, probably 6 weeks ago, you thought we've got a good chance of making playoffs here, and then we've gone on a bit of a bad run, and it's so up and down. You don't know who's going to win from one week to the next. But I think probably as a team and definitely as a club, looking back from when I first signed, we were going to West Wales and drawing, and it's definitely moving in the right direction.
You mentioned there, since you joined the club in League One, things have kind of come on leaps and bounds, haven't they?
Yeah, I kind of joined, to drop down the league and just start enjoying my rugby again. And obviously after speaking to Rich and Carl at that time, I thought it was a great fit, and I just loved the place straight away, loved the people that involved, the lads, and yeah, we've gone from strength to strength really. Like I said, I'm sure there's some good signings coming for next year. So it's exciting times to be a Dons fan, and I'm sure that's what I'll be now. I'll be on the terraces with them, so to speak, enjoying a beer and shouting abuse at Connor and Smeet or Sutty, rest it lads.
Obviously, like you said, taking that drop down to join the Dons and playing a big part in that promotion, and then 2 seasons in the championship, it's kind of a full circle for you, isn't it?
Yeah, mate. Just you kind of feel guilty the way that my probably last year or so has gone here. I've not probably been able to give my best. Annoying injury last year. Obviously Connor and Watson have played really well for the best part of this year, so I've been on the sidelines, and there were no sulking on my behalf. I love them both, and like I said, I've played well. So it's been a weird. It's been a different experience for me. Really, thankfully, I've not had to do much watching over my career, and but I think, as I said, the time's right. But yeah, it's been a great time at Dons. I've loved every minute.
But this season, maybe not playing as much as you used to, but we've seen you travelling kind of all over us as well, haven't you? You really have been a part of it.
Yeah, that's it, lads. I've been a glorified cheerleader, and that's for me. That's probably the part I'm going to miss the most. The away journeys, the bus trips home. The songs and the beers with the lads. So yeah, I've always kind of had in the back of my mind that we're going to retire this year, and then a couple of clubs have kind of shown interest in me, so then I had my head half turned again to go elsewhere, and I just thought, if my heart ain't in it, it's not fair to commit to anyone. I'm ready to spend time with my family and enjoy the next chapter.
You obviously had quite a few years here now, that crowning moment, that promotion, but what are the kind of standout memories?
Yeah, just the promotion definitely, but I think just in terms of just there's no one real memory that sticks out. Like I said, I love every win you have away, and you have that bus journey when we used to play Cornwall, probably them trips where we'd have a good 8 hours on the way home, so we was allowed to have a bit of a party bus there. So yeah, just little things like that, and just the general laugh you have every training session to the next.
You obviously mentioned it earlier, a bit of a fairy tale ending with it being against Halifax at home as well, especially after our last weekend, when you kind of really want this to be the high, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we let send down last week. Me definitely with my performance. But yeah, Halifax, I had 7 years there. Still got a few good mates there. Again, similar. I've been lucky enough to be surrounded by real good lads, and like I say, 6 years there, 5 years here, you make bonds for life. So yeah, it's nice to see that they've made playoffs. You know, hopefully they'll might take it easy this week and have one eye on next week. But no, like I said, fairy tale ending, mate. You know, I'm getting quite emotional now speaking about it, to be fair, but it's been a great ride.
Just before we finish up, when you go on social media, the Dons Facebook group, you're always in there interacting with fans. You've got a real relationship here, haven't you?
Yeah, I think they're probably the most realistic fans I've come across, really. You know, last season when we first got promoted, you know, there's teams that go up, or there's teams that think, oh, we're Super League and blah blah blah, and you lose. But they're really realistic. I think they can see the vision, you know, with Carl and what they're trying to achieve here. But it is a long process. You know, things just don't happen overnight. And then your sponsors and the blokes and families you see after the game, you know, you end up chatting to him, so that's lovely. But yeah, I think it goes a long way, you know, of enjoying yourself. Like I have my time at the Dons, you know, you're all part of the same mission, all part of the same team.
Going to be leading the team out on Sunday, maybe space for one more memory?
Maybe, mate, yeah, I don't know, obviously, at this point, if I'm playing or if I'm, what the crack is, but, you know, Reece let me lead the lads out on my 250th early this year, and that was a real proud moment. Obviously, Tali as well, but I think retiring too. So that'll be nice for me and Jason to lead the lads out. Again, hopefully I'll have my kiddies with me and my family will be there like they always are. I'd just like to give them a thank you in this message. I know they'll appreciate that, and I love them to bits, and they've been with me since a 4-year-old. My mum, dad, sister, obviously my missus and kids now, so that'll be a real nice moment, I'm sure, to lead the boys out with my family there.
You mentioned that family, they've been with you more or less every step, haven't they?
Yeah, mate, there's obviously, like I say, you start to get emotional again, but you look back and, you know, just a sacrifice, you know, obviously didn't really have much growing up, but, you know, I never went without, and my dad had always, you know, make sure I'd make training wherever that would be. My mum would just make sure everything, my tea from your food to everything we washed. I know I don't want to get in trouble here, but I know that's kind of a mum's job, but no, they were just, you couldn't ask for better parents, and all their sacrifice, you know, they've really helped me achieve what I have in my life and career.
Well, before we get too emotional then, on behalf of everyone at the Dons, we just want to say thank you and all the best with whatever comes next.
Top man, mate. Cheers.